Hello there, kids. For today, you're going to do pages 147 to 158. Okay, for page 147, it's just the usual addition with decimals, numbers 1 to 10 until page 148 as well. So, as you can see that your book already did the alignment for you. So, that's what I was referring to with the video last week. Because usually I would give it to you horizontally, then you have to rewrite it vertically. So kunwari lang for number 1, no? If I were to give you, it should be 6.2 plus 1.3. Then it's you who is going to rewrite it to this manner. Okay, so that so that you will be able to practice the process of aligning the decimals. So anyway, yung book nyo, making it easier for you naman. So, okay lang. So that's for pages 147 to 148. Along with subtraction na rin yun, okay, with decimals. Okay, so for page 149, so there's a certain activity. So parang nagmo-multiply tayo, we are multiplying a whole number to another whole number and then changing the value of that whole number. Same digit but different place value na. So for example, let's say we have 4 times 2. Okay. Then changing the value of the first digit, which is 4, to 0.4 times 2. Then changing it to 0.04 times 2. Now, what is the point of this activity? Para makita nyo lang yung effect of multiplying the same, basically the same digits, no? 4 and 4, 4 and 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. It's just that we have the different setting of the decimal places. Okay, so in this case, 4 times 2, you all know that the answer here is 8. For 0.4 times 2, basically moving one decimal place to the left, so our answer is 0.8. And we now have 0.04 times 2, so our answer here is 0.08. Basically moving certain number of decimal places. So if you notice, yung rule natin, 1, 2. So we have 1 there, 1 din dito, and 1, 2 rin dito. That's why we ended up with that answer. So that is the activity for you for page 149. Okay. For page 150 naman, it's your usual multiplication process. I already taught you that. Pero mas madali lang because single lang yung multiplier ninyo. Okay, easier is ang sa book ninyo. That's why I usually teach you, when I give you examples, it's usually a level higher than what's in the book. It actually depends, no? So that it will be easier for you not to answer. So that's for page 150. Basic lang yan. Sa page 151 naman, it's quite similar to your activity dito sa page 149, but in this case, it's division. Okay, so division to dito. Okay, so for example, we have, ano ba yung wala dyan? Let's say 8 divided by 2. So dito naman, quite similar kasi yung first value pa rin natin yung pinapalitan natin. Changing it to a decimal. Moving decimal places pa rin. Divided by 2, 0.08 divided by 2. Okay. So, 8 divided by 2, you all know that the answer is 4. So, since yung dividend yung nagde-decimal place natin dito, so most likely, our answer becomes a decimal as well. 0.8. So, same lang yan 4 ang answer natin. So, that will be 0.4. Moving one decimal place. Then, 0.08. 2 decimal places na. 0.04. So, same rule yung sa multiplication kanina. Moving one decimal place. 1. That's why we have the answer here from our base kanina, which is ito. Then moving to decimal places for our 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? This happens when we are moving decimal places for our dividend. Iba ang case pag ang divisor naman. Okay? Pag sa divisor, lumalaki yung number. So anyway, quite similar lang yung both. Everything is moving to the left, yung decimal places natin yung answer. Okay. Ano pa ba? Okay, so for page 153, dito na papasok yung dividing with decimals, which I was not able to include sa video last time. Okay. 153, this is for page 153. Dividing with decimals. Okay, try natin. Let's say we have 42 divided by 2. And we have 4.2 divided by 2. Okay, sa pag-divide, you should know the basic of division. Dapat alam nyo paano mag-divide kasi kung hindi, then mahihirapan tayo. Yung basic guide ko sa inyo, yung The Magic School Bus, if you still remember. The Magic School Bus. So this is divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Okay. So first things first, 42 divided by 2, you can just take one number, one digit at a time. 4 divided by 2. Oh, by the way, just to compare, no, we have 42 divided by 2. And yung iba naman is 4.2. May decimal tayo. Okay. So 42 divided by 2. Just take the first digit first of the dividend. Tignan if it is possible for us to divide it. 4 divided by 2, is it possible? Yes. How many 2 will fit 4? That will basically give us 2. 2 times 2 will give us 4. Minus 4 will give us 0. Bring down 2. 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. 1 times 2 will give us 2. 2 minus 2 will give us 0. So, normal yung answer natin. 42 divided by 2, our answer is 21. Now, paano tayo naglalagay ng decimal? Actually, there is a different way to do this. But in this case, I'm going to do it parang a certain technique para mas madali nyong makuha. Okay. When do we put the decimal place to an answer? The moment you're going to bring down the digit that is after the decimal, so ito, the digit that is after the decimal point, that is the time that you're going to put your decimal sa answer ninyo. So, what do I mean? Okay. So doing the process, 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. 2 times 2 will give us 4. 4 minus 4 will give us 0. Bringing down a digit that is after the decimal, which is 2. After the decimal yan siya, di ba? So, the moment you're going to bring down that digit after the decimal, that's the time that you're going to put the point or the decimal in your answer. Okay. Then from there, imagine as if there's no decimal at all. Proceed with the proper or the usual division process lang. 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. 1 times 2 will give us 2. 2 minus 2 will give us 0. Okay? So, ganun lang. I'll give you another example. Okay, so just to show you the differences between these two, we have 3.26 or 3.26 divided by 3. And we have 32.6 divided by 3. So, similar yung digits natin. We have 326, 326. It's just that we have our different place value. So, para magets ninyo kung paano nga ba natin ginagawa to. Comparing both. So, let's start with the one on the left. 3 divided by 3 will give us 1. 1 times 3 will give us 3. 3 minus 3 will give us 0. Bringing down the digit 2. If you notice, the 2 is the digit after the decimal. Ibig sabihin, maglalagay tayo ng decimal sa ating sagot na. Okay, yung sa taas. Our quotient. So, 2 divided by 3, it's not possible because you cannot fit 3 into 2. So, that's just 0. 0 times 3 will give us 0. Minus natin yan. 2 minus 0 will give us 2. Okay. Let me change the value muna. Wait lang. Okay, so if you notice, I have changed the value sa last digit natin, which is yung 4. Okay. So we now have 4, bringing down 4. Erase ko muna yung... Okay. So 4. 24 divided by 3 will give us 8. 8 times 3 will give us 24. Then the answer is 0. Okay. So final answer natin is 1.08. Now, how will our answer differ with the given example to our right? 32.4 divided by 3. Okay. So 3 divided by 3 will give us 1. You are doing the usual process lang. 1 times 3 will give us 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bring down 2. Not possible. So that's just 0. 0 times 3 is 0. 2. Bring down 4. Now, if you notice that 4 is the digit after the decimal, so the moment you're going to bring down 4, you put the decimal in your answer already. Okay, then 24 divided by 3 will give us 8. 8 times 3 will give us 24. 0. So that's how you do division with decimals. Okay, you might experience cases na ganito. Okay, I'll give you one more example. Okay, for example, 15 divided by 6. Okay, 15 divided by 6 will basically just give us 2. 2 times 6 will give us 12. 15 minus 12 will give us 3. Okay. Doing your usual maths before, we stop at the remainder. No? Sa inyo pa yan ngayon, that will be 2 remainder 3. Yes, but since we're dealing with decimals, it doesn't work that way. You have to continuously work throughout. So in this case, that is by simply adding a 0 here. But of course, there should be a decimal point there. So the moment you're going to add that first 0, you need to put the decimal place in your answer as well. Kasi since naglagay kayo ng decimal dyan, bringing it down. Okay? So ganyan yung dapat. So in other words ngayon, may decimal na yung answer natin sa quotient. Bring down 0, 30. 30 divided by 6 will give us 5. 5 times 6 will give us 30. Which makes our answer now as 2.5. Again, once you're dealing with division na decimal, you don't stop sa remainder. There's no such thing as remainder when it comes to decimal places. Okay? In terms of dividing. So, if you notice, kahit na may decimal na, kunwari lang may decimal na yun. Example. Let's say 13.5 divided by 2. Okay. So, may decimal na tayo. May decimal tayo dito. 13 divided by 2. Kasi hindi naman pwede ang 1 divided by 2. So, let's take 2 digits right away. So, that's 13 divided by 2. This will give us 6. 6 times 2 is 12. We have 1. Bring down 5. So, if you notice, 5 is already after the decimal point. So, which means magkakaroon na rin tayo ng decimal dyan sa answer natin. 15 divided by 2 will give you 7. 7 times 2 will give you 14, which will give us 1. So if you notice, there's no digit now to bring down. So in this case, since there is already a decimal point, you can just add a 0 there. You can freely add a 0 there. Then continuously just bring that down. Continue the process lang. 0, and you'll have 10 divided by 2, which will give you 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, longer process na siya. So that's basically how you deal with decimals in terms of dividing. Okay, continuous lang yung division ninyo. So I'm quite sure your books will not give you an endless division. I hope so. So yun yung for page 153. Medyo mahaba kasi mahaba na yung video natin because of it being a lecture. Okay? So, for pages 154 naman, For the remaining, most of the remaining pages ngayon is more on rounding off yan. So let's say for pages 154 to 155. What you basically do here is to round off the decimal to a whole number. So basically the same rule on how we round off numbers. We have the lesson of that before. So kunwari, I'll do number 1 for you. We have 8.48 plus 7.37. So i-round off nyo. When we round off to a whole number, all you need to do is just to take the whole number and the next place value. The whole number and the next place value. So, ang whole number natin dito is ang 8 at saka ang 7. It's either 8 is going to still become 8 or will go up to 9. We also have 7 here. 7 will either stay 7 or go up to the next value, which is 8. Okay. Ngayon, paano tayo nag-round off? If you can still remember our lesson, it depends on the next digit. If it belongs to the either set of friends. Remember, yung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, tsaka si 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, same lang din dito. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 4 belongs to this group. So, which means going there. So, ito ang i-choose natin, going here. So, 8.48 rounded off to a whole number is just 8. 7.3, 3 belongs to this group as well. So, which means going here. So, choosing this value here, which is 7. So, basically, 8.48 plus 7.37 is just, rounded off, is just the same as or equal to 8 plus 7. And your answer here is 15. Okay, so the same yan all throughout for numbers 1 to 100, 1 to 100, 1 to 10 for 154. Sa 155 naman, all you need to do is just to round off the given decimal, not the whole number na yung multiplier kasi they are already rounded off to the whole number. Okay, so there's nothing to change there. So, primarily for for pages 154, 1 to 10, yan ang gagawin ninyo. For 155 naman, it's just, for example, for page 155, okay, 155, let's say for number 1, gagawin ko na rin para sa inyo, 6.56 times 4. So, basically, kasi kailangan nyo nga i-round off kasi this basically is about estimating, no? So then again, taking this value, we have 6. 6 will either will stay 6 or go up to 7. Then the rounding off process will depend on the digit next to it. Knowing the group of friends, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 belongs to this group, which means it's going this way, choosing this value over here, which is, in this case, is 7. So, rewriting this now, 6.56 times 4 is just equivalent to 7 times 4, which is in this case is equivalent to 28. So, yan lang ang gagawin ninyo for those remaining pages. Then, yung remaining pages naman, ganun lang din. Okay? So, for number 1, 2, 3, 4, basically, mayroon tayong ABC. Estimate means you are going to round off, no? Ira-round off nyo muna talaga. And you are going to, it doesn't make sense if state if your answer is reasonable. Yes or no lang yan dyan. If you think if your answer is close compared to your actual calculation and your estimated value, so you say that it is reasonable. Yes, it is reasonable. If the answers are far, very far, doesn't make sense, so you can answer it as no. That's for page 157. Okay? So, the same thing for 158 kasi continuous na yun siya. So, anyway, yun lang. That's the end of your session for today. Naging mahaba yung video because there is a division tutorial on how to do the process. Okay? So, that's basically it.